What's going on, guys? I just figured out how to charge the GoPro and the film at the same time, and because I kept plugging it into my computer and it kept on, doing a little USB thing with the square and the triangle and the circle, and wouldn't let me record. Well, I was an idiot and had to Google it, but you have to have it plugged into like an iPhone charger, like just the wall socket, and then just plug it in. It's fine. So, because my battery was about to die and my spare battery is fully charged, and I didn't want to just swap out batteries. Also, I just set up I don't have like I have a tripod, but I don't have like all the little adapters and things that I need to make it work to the GoPro. Just to, I don't even know if I do or not. I might, but for now, like I've got just a one of the little sticky suction cup, not the suction cup, just the sticky mounts, like a helmet mount or whatever, but it's the flat mount. I got it stuck to the edge of my desk, and it's just the GoPro's just sitting on the desk, just attached with a bunch of attachments right now. It seems to be working out pretty well. Yeah, I'm watching you guys. I'm watching what you guys are seeing through the phone right now, and it's very stable, and it makes my room, well, the office here, look a lot bigger than it actually is, which is kind of cool. But I wanted to give you guys an update. I'll plug this in real quick. I wanted to give you guys an update on what's been going on, because the last couple of videos I've made, I showed you guys, I did my goodbye to the 900RR video, and I got a lot of cool responses on that. You guys seem to like that pretty good. And also I showed where me and my buddy Dylan went and picked up his first bike. And before we get into what I wanted to show you guys, I've been wanting to start a new kind of little series kind of thing, and I'm gonna call it like my original plan was to call it like couch time or something like that, but I ran that by a couple of my buddies, and they're like, yeah, it doesn't sound like the most pleasant thing to be a part of or whatever, because but something along those lines, just like talk time, I guess. And the idea is to just set the GoPro up, or if I can get a DSLR anytime in the future, which I would like to do, but it's just not in the cards right now. So, but the Hero 4 does a great job. So just, quality wise, so maybe bring the camera a little bit closer and run it through the software to get rid of the fisheye, things like that. And, but I wanted to bring in like Dylan and Nick, and the idea is it's kind of like what Chase has done in the past, but now that I have room in my own place to do it, just bring people in and have them, just chill and talk, basically, is the thing. Because my friend Nick, who's been in a huge part of my development as far as motovlogging is concerned, he has taught me a lot, and we've gone on a lot of cool adventures together, and things that we haven't even filmed. We've rode around a lot and just talked and stuff, and we've got a lot of cool stories to talk about and ideas and things like that. And also Dylan, the guy that got the 600RR, it's cool to look at him grow as a rider, because I see a lot of what I was experiencing in him, just the pure excitement, which that excitement doesn't ever really go away, especially if you love motorcycles as much as all of us do. But it's cool just to go back and see the how new he is at it, because I remember just not knowing much about bikes, and then as time goes on, you learn and grow, and you learn from other people, and that learning curve is always going to be there. But it's cool to see someone that was in my shoes just a few years ago, and they're learning from someone like me who hasn't really been riding that long. I'm not like everyone else. Well, not everyone else, but some people, have been riding since they were like 4 years old, or riding since they were like 12 or 13 years old. And I didn't start riding until I was 19. I didn't have a bike or anything like that when I was younger. I had a bicycle, pedal bike, but never anything with a motor with only 2 wheels on it. So it's cool to see that in other people. So anyway, I wanted to tell you guys about that because I think it'd be cool just to have like story time, you know, like that. So just to chill and hang out and talk about bikes and ideas and adventures that we've been on that we haven't really filmed or whatever. So let me know what you guys think about that, and I'm sure I'll get, you know, a couple of responses. But for now, I want to get into what I want to talk about. Okay, so forgive me, because you guys saw the 1000 RR one time, and that's all you've seen, and then nothing. Like I have not done a vlog on it. I haven't really filmed much on it either. I do have pictures and videos of it, and I'll throw pictures up here and there while I'm talking in the video, and just to show you guys what it looked like. But I feel like I kind of jumped the gun on you guys a little bit. Like I never gave you time to look at and appreciate what it is from what I'm turning it into. There's a video that I made a while back when I first got the bike, and the time frame on all these are a little weird too. I sold the 900 RR several months ago. I've actually had the 1000 RR for a while, and I just like I said in one of my previous videos, you know, me and my now fiance have, you know, we bought a house together and we got all moved in, and that was just a big long process. And between that and working pretty much every day, sometimes only having you know, one day off every 2 weeks sometimes, I mean, we've just been that busy. Haven't had a lot of time to shoot a lot, and you know, it's just been difficult. So I mean, you know, I'm not going to get into all that again because all that information is already out. But we've just been working real hard about things, you know, going on, and I just haven't had a lot of time. You know, long story short, just haven't had a lot of time. So and I wanted to start working on it on the bike now because here's a picture of it, you know, because when I first got it, it had damage to it. Not any bad damage, just kind of, you know, your normal wear and tear. But the guy I got it from, real cool guy. He's in the military, you know, support our troops, you know, and our veterans too. So, you know, he's a cool guy. He was not very knowledgeable about motorcycles, and you know, don't blame him for that. He got it for fun. But let me show you. If you can see right here, this primer right here. Get a little bit closer so you guys can actually see. This primer right here is from damage. If you look right here, there's like Bondo or plastic weld or something like that right there. So and a little bit right here, and so there's like a crack, hairline crack. So the fairings aren't that bad. They just need a little bit of help. But both sides look like that. Both sides, right here and there, on both sides of the bike, both look like that, and it got damaged on both sides. And you can see right here where my buddy Christian, you guys have seen him before, and Nick, they helped me rip all the old stickers off, and we started sanding and things like that. But you can see right here where the old stickers were, and versus where the primer's at on it. So it was a pain in the ass, honestly, to get the original stickers off, and there's still one right here that we got to work on. But I'm getting sandpaper and plastic bonder and things like that. You know, getting that kind of stuff ready, because if you haven't figured out by now, we're painting the bike, and you know, I'm excited about that because I've never done it before. Like I've spray painted things, you know, just, you know, rattle cans before, and I've gotten really good results. And but I've never sprayed with a gun before. I own a paint gun, and I've got the paint right here. Actually, I got it mixed up, and it's a really cool color. I actually mixed it myself, and we put a lot of gold and silver flake in it, and it's going to look great. And I found a website that has all the original stickers for the 2006 and 2007 year model 1000 RRs that they're reproduction stickers. So the plan is short, sweet, and simple. sand them down, rip all the old stickers off, scuff them up real good, clean them up really good, make sure there's no dirt, dust on them or whatever, or sanding dust. Base coat, clear coat over the stickers, and there you go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to paint the bike, and it's going to look, it's probably going to be a different shade, honestly. I mean, this paint right here, in the good spots, I mean, this was a good looking bike back in the day. It's still a good looking bike. The paint has a lot of flake in it, but I added a lot of flake, which it doesn't take much to make a lot of flake in paint, especially base coat, clear coat, or any kind of metallic paint, things like that. So that's the deal on that. We got the front right here, and my fiance says it looks like Toothless, and I'd have to agree. It looks just like Toothless right there, that profile. Honest to God, anything that I do to the paint from here on out is going to look way better than what it did when I got it. So there's that. Long story short, we're painting the bike. I'm super excited about that. And honestly, one of the easiest bikes I've ever worked on. Like, everything just kind of, it wasn't missing any screws or anything. It's never really been, I don't feel like the bike has ever really been taken apart, honestly. But we took it apart, no missing screws, bolts, clips, or anything. So we tore it down, and it was really easy to take apart. A lot of people are scared, or a better word would be overwhelmed with taking apart the front of their bike, just taking the whole front clip off with the headlights and everything. And I was one of those people, especially with the 900RR. It just seems like there's a lot holding it on. It's easy to misplace bolts and things like that. But it was easy. It was really easy to take off, and I'm pretty happy about it, and I feel like I can get it back together pretty easily with a little bit of help, of course. There's a video that I shot back when I first got the bike. And if you know anything about the Hondas, they have a big problem with their cam chain tensioners. Now, I put a manual cam chain tensioner on there before you start typing away in the comments. I've done that. I'll either upload the attempt. Actually, it wasn't an attempt. I successfully got it in, and I'll probably upload that video after this, or just show clips of me doing it here and there. I would like to upload the video, but I was having trouble filming that night because my batteries kept cutting out, or it was something with the SD card not being able to handle 4K or something like that. Can't remember. But one of the two things will happen. I'll either show a few clips here or there, or I will upload it in a full video. I may do both, who knows. But I got it on, and it didn't really help. I rode it a lot, and after I got the manual cam chain tensioner on there, it's the APE off eBay, and that's pretty much the only one you can get your hands on. It's the best one you can get your hands on. I messaged the guy that sells them on eBay, and he's a real friendly guy, really informative, and he gave me all kinds of specs and things like that. And if you're on the forums or whatever, and this is not just for Hondas, this is for Suzuki's, Kawasaki's. Almost any bike can have this problem if it has an automatic cam chain tensioner that seizes up. So do your own research. I don't know a whole lot about any other brand of bike except for Honda. So I've touched on Yamahas a little bit more than other bikes, but I mainly know a good bit about Hondas. So with all that being said, it helped, but not as much as I would have liked it to have helped. And one thing that scared me a lot was I changed the oil, and it was just black, and I was like, no big deal, you know. I'll change the oil, put a new filter on, it'll be fine. The oil looked great for like a week, and I go back to check it, make sure my levels are good, make sure nothing has leaked without me noticing, and it's black again. And I didn't get the cam chain tensioner. I'm pretty good with my hands, you know, with like mechanical things, you know, torquing things. I've never really had a problem. We've all snapped a few heads off some bolts before, but you know, over the years, I've gotten really good and comfortable with torquing things by hand and not really, you know, checking anything. It got to a point to where I tightened it and I heard a slight whine, and then I backed off. I kept tightening it to the advice from the guy I bought it from on eBay. I asked him, you know, what am I looking for exactly, because I read the instructions very thoroughly. I'm pretty good about doing that kind of thing. And I tightened it to where I was told to tighten it until the rattle stopped, you know. And I was probably a lot more cautious about it than some people are, because I watched a few videos on people installing this thing, and they'll actually start the bike and just twist the adjuster screw until the noise goes away. I would turn the bike off and on until I got it to that perfect, you know, position. And so it got to a point to where I was a little frustrated, so I just went ahead and started the bike and adjusted it in very small increments, and I could not get the noise to go away. So that scared me a little bit. Even though it scared me, I continued to ride a whole lot. Like we went on 2, 3, 4 hour rides here and there, but I also adjusted the idle to where it wasn't that awful chain slapping noise was just gone, because I adjusted the tensioner to where it was pretty much at its optimal setting, and I also adjusted the idle up a little bit to where it's idling at about 1400 RPMs instead of its normal like 1200, just so that way when I start the bike, it's not just, you know, that horrible chain slapping noise isn't just there immediately, because you know, in my head that's just a bad thing. So with the combination of I couldn't get the cam chain tensioner to make the slapping noise stop, and the oil turning black as quickly as it did, my thought went to, okay, the guy that had this before me must have had this problem for a lot longer than I thought that he had, and he just never did anything about it. So I think that the guide has been chewed up and is continuing to be chewed up by the chain, and that's what has caused this awful looking oil, because it's just chewed up very fine bits of like black plastic inside my oil. And so I don't know if what I have done is the best option, and I have looked on the forums for hours. I've looked online, I've messaged people, not really gotten the answers I've wanted. So I don't know what to do to make it better. Honestly, I really don't. So what I did do was I went online and I found a certified Honda dealer and bought some parts. I bought the new guides. This is the guide on the, if you're looking at the engine if you're looking at the bike from the right side, this is the guide that goes on the right side, on the side of the engine. This is the straight one that goes straight down. So this is just, the chain comes over the cam sprocket and just goes straight down. I bought that because I just, you know. And here is the guide. Oh, the part number on this one is, well, I'll just show it to you because I'm not going to read everything off. It'll be easier for you to just check that out. And these are all from Honda, which I'm pretty happy about. And this is the guide. Let me see if I can find that part number. Must be right there. This package says Honda on it all over it, so you don't have to worry about that. It's legit. But this is the guide that I believe that is being eaten alive by the chain. This right here, let's see, this little notch right here, this part that comes out, this is what I believe your tensioner pushes against to change the tightness of the chain. Like, this is what the chain will run across right here, and this right here is what the manual cam chain tensioner and even the automatic one pushes against to make the chain slack less and less depending on what RPM you're at. And it's supposed to be able to, you know, move back and forth if you have an automatic cam chain tensioner. And like I said, they are famous, or infamous I guess, for locking up and not, you know, doing their job. So I believe that this has been chewed up completely, almost, at least to the point to where it's not effective anymore. I got 2 new sprockets and I cut this package open. I'll take that out so you guys can check this out. I got 2 new sprockets for the cams. There they are. Check that bad boy out. Little bitty old sprocket. I wouldn't be putting that on the front of your drive chain though. So I got these because on all the research that I've done, they say that basically, you know, no one's told me to replace the cam chain sprockets. Well, just the cam sprockets. No one told me to replace them. But since they were available, I got them, because whenever I replace a chain, I replace both sprockets, because you do not want premature wear. Yeah, I would much prefer to just replace a chain on the drive chain of the motorcycle than cheap out or just, you know, skimp on something that goes inside the engine. And so I got those, and last but not least, I got a brand new chain, and this is for a 2006 and I believe 2007 1000 RR. It may fit on other applications, but there that is, and here's the chain. Pretty sweet looking thing. So there's that. So like I said, no one could tell me what to do, so I just kind of, I'm going to, and this stuff was, I guess, expensive, but at the same time much less expensive than if you were had to buy a brand new engine. Which, you know, if push comes to shove, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to buy a brand new engine, but it's going to be a long time from that. So I'm giving this a try. I mean, I don't see why this wouldn't work, because if there is a malfunction inside of the timing components of the engine, but it still hasn't jumped time. I mean, I've kept the oil fresh, and you know, the thing does wheelies like crazy. I'm not really good at doing wheelies. I'm not like a practiced person at doing them. I can't just, you know, do them almost. I can almost do them at will, but you know, I do like, you know, basically just power. I don't do the whole clutch up thing. But second gear, it'll power up no issue. It's got a Power Commander 3 on it. Strong bike. It really is a strong bike. And it hasn't jumped time. If it's jumped time, then I wouldn't be able to rev it out as far as it revs. I mean, I think it revs to I think the fuel cuts at like 13 or 14. I can't remember, but it's a powerful, you know, bike. And I have done, I mean, here's a clip of a speed run right here. I'll show you this right now. So I mean, it's pretty awesome, and while I was doing that, you know, after you get past a certain RPM, the chain slap stops. So, you know, it's only brief, but I'm tired of hearing it. I mean, I think if I never did any work to the engine at all, I think the bike would last me 10,000, 15,000 more miles without any issue. I mean, it's a Honda, and they just hardly break, you know, that's just not something they do. So, but it's driving me crazy, and it drives a lot of people crazy, and I'm just one of those people that, you know, I've worked with engines you know, for, you know, ever since I was like 15, 16, I've been fascinated by, you know, working with cars and working on engines and things like that. And this is my first kind of, you know, thing with a bike, doing with a bike engine. And so I'm going to be getting a lot of help with it and things like that from like a certified mechanic. Like, this guy knows what he's doing. I don't know if I'll be able to get a lot of film of it, but I want an answer to the question, what do you do if your chain is slapping on any bike? And most people have had luck with the manual tensioner. I'm one of those people that have not had luck with it. The guy I bought it from said that it's normal to hear a little bit of slapping, but I don't think what I'm hearing is a little bit of slapping. It's still there. It's always there, and it doesn't matter how much I adjust it in or out at idle. It's just there, and all the videos I've watched when people adjust it, it goes away at idle. And so, and he told me in a eBay message that, you know, and it makes sense. The manual tensioner can only do so much. That makes 100% sense to me. Like, I mean, it's true. It's not going to be able to actuate like the automatic tensioner can, and you know, I still may hear some slapping here and there, but I would much rather be safe than sorry. I don't know if my engine is in danger or not. So I would rather take the necessary steps in order to save it than have to pay for a brand new engine or a used one, whatever. But I hope that makes sense to some of you guys. So that's what's going on, and I will update you as time goes on. And you know, it's cold now in Tennessee, so I'm not going to be riding a whole lot anyway. But I'll keep you updated. I will film, you know, when we're painting it and still sanding on it and things like that. And if I can, when I take the bike to get worked on, I'll film some of that too. And hopefully this will be a big help to a lot of people, because I got no help hardly whatsoever when trying to fix my bike. And many of you people that are like me, just like us, you know, just bike enthusiasts, calm down, that just care about their bikes. I'm sure that someone out there is going to want to hear this kind of information. So, yeah, so I'm going to figure it out. One way or the other, I'm going to figure out how to fix this problem. So, yeah, that's what's going on. So, wish me luck with everything, with my endeavors, and hopefully this bike that came to me, that I bought, that wasn't in that great a condition, but it was a great purchase, will turn into a pretty good looking bike and a pretty great running bike. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.